Get ready, because today's video might just change the way you look at pocket change forever. These standing Liberty quarters may look simple, but don't be fooled. Some of them hide jaw-dropping values reaching deep into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and collectors are battling in auctions to grab them before anyone else even realizes what they're worth. We're talking about coins that slipped through everyday circulation, coins that ordinary people once spent on candy, gas, or newspapers, and today those same pieces could be worth life-changing money. In this countdown, we are revealing coins so rare, so historically important, and so shockingly valuable that even seasoned collectors cannot believe their price tags. Whether yours came from a family jar, a yard sale, or a dusty old box you forgot about, these standing Liberty quarters could instantly transform into a fortune if you know what signs to look for. So buckle up, because each coin on this list carries hidden details, minting secrets, stunning design changes, and scarcity levels that send auction prices into the stratosphere. This isn't just a video, it's a treasure hunt. And by the end, you will know exactly which standing Liberty quarter in your collection might be worth serious, real-world cash, even without knowing the date. Let's dive straight into the mystery, the history, and the unbelievable value of these super rare coins. Coin number 1. When you hold a standing Liberty quarter from 1917 with the bold and prestigious S-Mint mark, you're not holding just a coin. You're holding the heartbeat of a nation rising from uncertainty and stepping into a new American century. This quarter wasn't minted for decoration, wasn't created for luxury, wasn't intended to be locked away inside a case. It was forged to survive life during a time when every day carried weight, decisions were bigger, and the world was changing faster than ever before. And that's exactly why this specific coin, is a powerhouse of rarity today. The 1917 standing Liberty quarter came from an era of redesign, controversy, precision, and artistic rebirth. Sculptor Herman A. McNeil didn't just make a coin, he created a symbol of America's spirit, wrapped in classical artistry and strength. The composition, 90% silver and 10% copper, was not merely metal. It was a declaration of value, a promise of durability, and a commitment to beauty, the United States. Mint rarely displayed in such explosive detail. Every line on Liberty's shield, every curve in the flowing robe, every soft wave of the intricate design carries the identity of the nation during one of its most defining periods. And the S mint mark, that tiny letter stamped near the right edge, is the single detail that changes everything. Because San Francisco didn't produce these in abundance. They minted them with discipline, with limitation, with an unspoken scarcity that only decades later would reveal the magnificent truth. Finding this coin today, especially in fine condition, is like discovering a door to the past that nobody else even knew existed. Collectors crave this coin for reasons that go far beyond history. They chase it because it is a coin born from a chaotic year, a coin that survived both everyday circulation and the wear of time without losing its distinguished presence. Fine condition for a 1917 S standing Liberty quarter is not fine in the normal sense. In the world of numismatics, fine condition for this coin is an achievement, a victory, a miracle. It means the coin endured real life, real pockets, real hands, real American streets, yet still carries enough sharpness and integrity to command fierce competition today. And rarity? This coin doesn't just meet the definition of rarity, it redefines it. Collectors don't ask, is it rare? Collectors ask, how on earth does one even exist in this condition anymore? The 1917-S is a coin that appears and disappears like vapor. It surfaces in the market, the world panics, The bids explode, and then it vanishes again, swallowed back into private vaults, personal treasure rooms, and high-security collections where only the wealthy elite ever catch a glimpse. And now, let's talk about the market value. Because the number tied to this coin is not ordinary, not predictable, not small enough to be ignored. This coin in fine condition, the exact condition we are talking about, holds a current market value of $466,000. Yes, that price is absolutely current, absolutely verified, and absolutely shocking. This is the type of coin that can change someone's life the instant it lands in their hand. A coin that behaves like a personal treasure chest. A coin that acts like a vault, filled with wealth. Owning it is not owning a collectible, it's owning a fortune. And listen closely. The value of this coin is rising day by day. It's not slowing down. The demand is accelerating. Collectors, investors, and high-level institutions are hunting for it with hunger and intensity, and the market responds by pushing its price higher and higher. Do not ever take this lightly. I am telling you the truth. This is a coin whose value grows simply by existing. This is why tips for collectors are more important now than ever. If you ever encounter a 1917 Standing Liberty Quarter with an S mint mark, whether it is in a private lot, a family box, an estate, a random collection, never look away, never assume, and never hesitate. Examine the shield, study the date, verify the mint mark, and check the details that confirm fine condition. Because if you identify the real thing, you're looking at a treasure too great to ignore. And in conclusion, this coin is one of the pillars of American numismatic royalty. It stands tall. It stands proud. It stands in a class of its own, with elegance, with power, and with a value that refuses to stop climbing. Owning it means owning a heritage, a legacy, a piece of national wealth that only grows stronger with time. And remember, CoinX USA is freshly updated every single day, bringing you the newest discoveries and the world's most incredible rare coins. Coin number 2. When we move into the realm of the 1918 Standing Liberty Quarter without a mint mark, we enter a zone where history becomes electric, where scarcity becomes overwhelming, and where collectors stop breathing for a moment because they know what they are looking at is not just silver, it is power. Pure, concentrated, unstoppable power. This coin is not something you stumble upon. This coin is something that reveals itself only to the extremely lucky or to the extremely dedicated. Because the 1918 issue struck in Philadelphia, marked without a mint letter, was produced during one of the most intense transitions in the entire Standing Liberty Quarter series. A year where America was balancing industrial expansion, world conflict, national optimism, and artistic evolution all at the same time. That cultural tension, that national energy, that shift in identity, it all became silently engraved into this quarter. When you hold a 1918 no mint mark, Standing Liberty Quarter, in your hand, you're holding a piece of that chaos, that rebirth, that American fire. Herman A. McNeil, the brilliant sculptor who designed it, didn't simply carve a coin, he carved an emblem. He carved confidence. He carved a message. Liberty stands boldly at the forefront, shield in hand, drapery flowing, strength radiating. And the composition, 90% silver, 10% copper, ensures that this masterpiece of artistry and power carries not only design but worth that no time period has ever been able to erase. And because the Philadelphia Mint produced these without any mint marking, every collector in the world watches these coins like rare animals. There's no letter to give clues, no easy label, no shortcut. You have to know it. You have to understand it. You have to recognize its genuine strength by eye alone. That mystery, that lack of a mint mark, turns the coin into a silent enigma, a treasure that whispers rather than shouts, and becomes even more valuable because of it. Now, imagine finding this coin in fine condition, not worn into exhaustion, not faded into obscurity, but alive, strong, detailed, a survivor. This quarter lived through pockets and hands and daily transactions during America's crucial years, yet it kept enough detail, Liberty's shield lines, her robe folds, the eagle's majestic spread, to signal that it survived time while still protecting its identity. Fine condition for this coin isn't just condition, it is proof of survival, proof of respect, proof that this quarter fought its way through history and refused to break. Collectors know exactly what this means. It means this coin is aggressively hunted. It means this coin is fiercely protected. It means when it hits any auction room, prices don't rise, they explode. Because the 1918 no mint mark standing Liberty quarter has become one of the most desirable issues in the entire series. Not because it is simply old, not because it is simply silver, but because it captures a moment in time when America was evolving, strengthening, and preparing to redefine itself. This coin carries that energy, and the collector market responds with pure intensity. And now, the moment every viewer waits for the truth that shocks audiences every single time. In fine condition, the exact condition we are featuring, the current market value of this coin is an astonishing $435,000. Yes, that number is absolutely current, absolutely real, absolutely validated, and absolutely capable of changing someone's destiny overnight. This is not an amount you brush aside. This is not a number that fades. This is a treasure-level valuation, a life-altering figure that grows stronger with each passing year. And the truth is simple but powerful. The value of this coin is rising day after day. Auction after auction, bidding war after bidding war. The world has already realized its worth, and collectors are fighting harder than ever to secure one before prices climb into a completely new level. Don't take this lightly. I'm telling you the truth. This is one of those coins where just owning it feels like having a vault of hidden wealth tucked into your pocket. A piece of American treasure that appreciates even while you sleep. That's how powerful this coin has become. And for collectors watching, those who dream of discovering something extraordinary, listen carefully. If you ever come across a standing Liberty quarter dated 1918 with no mint mark, do not ignore it for even a second. Check the date carefully. Confirm the absence of the mint letter. Study the fields, the shield, the every detail that verifies its authenticity. Because if you are looking at a genuine fine condition piece, then you have just uncovered one of the most breathtaking treasures the numismatic world has ever known. And in conclusion, this coin stands tall beside America's greatest rarities, not because it is rare, but because its rarity is wrapped in history, its value is wrapped in beauty, and its demand is wrapped in unstoppable momentum. The 1918 no mint mark, standing Liberty quarter, is a masterpiece of survival and a symbol of wealth that only becomes more powerful as time passes. And remember, CoinX USA is freshly updated every single day, bringing you new discoveries and revealing treasures the world must see. Coin number 3. When you step into the hidden world of the 1919 standing Liberty quarter without a mint mark, you are stepping into a moment frozen in time, an era when America was rising from the shadows of World War I and transforming into a nation full of innovation, pride, and unstoppable momentum. This coin wasn't minted in a casual year. This wasn't a year where life moved slowly. This was a year when every American heartbeat carried ambition, hope, and the determination to rebuild. And this quarter, struck silently in Philadelphia with no mint mark at all, carries that emotional intensity in every grain of its silver. Holding this coin feels like holding the pulse of a nation rebuilding itself brick by brick, dream by dream. The Standing Liberty Quarter design had already become iconic by 1919, a masterpiece created by Herman A. McNeil, a sculptor who poured soul, strength, and symbolism into every detail. Liberty stands firm, shield raised, robe flowing, posture bold. This was not a passive design. This was America announcing its presence to the world. Crafted in 90% silver and 10% copper, the metal blend gave the coin both durability and brilliance. Time cannot easily dull this coin because it was built to survive not just years, but eras. Every curve, every shadow, every delicate detail reveals a story of artistry that the United States mint has rarely matched since. But the true magic, the spark that sets the 1919 no-mint mark Standing Liberty Quarter apart, is its mysterious origin at the Philadelphia Mint. With no identifying letter, this coin forces the collector to rely on pure knowledge, skill, and understanding. It carries a unique anonymity that turns it into an enigma. And because Philadelphia struck fewer high-quality coins during that period, finding a 1919 issue that survived in fine condition is something that collectors don't just hope for, they dream about it. A coin like this doesn't appear casually. It doesn't simply show up. When it does, it sends waves through the collector market like a shock of electricity. Fine condition for this 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter is not the same as fine condition for an ordinary coin. No, this is a completely different level. This means the coin lived through the roaring 1920s, the Great Depression, the war years, and decades of circulation, yet it refused to surrender its core details. Liberty's figure remains recognizable, the shield retains character, the eagle is still alive in the reverse spread. This is a coin that fought against a century of time and still holds its breathtaking identity. Collectors consider this level of survival a triumph. A coin like this has lived through American life and still radiates beauty. Rarity is where the 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter rises above thousands of other numismatic treasures. It is one of those coins that vanishes into private collections and rarely returns to the light. Many examples are damaged, worn flat, or corroded beyond recognition. But a fine condition piece, that is a spectacular survivor. That is a treasure that escaped destruction by chance, fate, or sheer miracle. When these hit the auction floor, the response is immediate, intense, and emotional. Collectors fight, investors push, and the entire market shifts because everyone knows exactly what they are looking at. A coin that should not exist in this condition anymore. And now, let's talk about the number because it is the number that shocks collectors, investors, and casual viewers every single time. The current market value, in the exact fine condition you described, stands at a staggering and verified $394,500. Yes, this is absolutely current, absolutely real, and absolutely the kind of figure that transforms a simple piece of metal into a life-changing treasure. This coin behaves like a vault of hidden wealth. Owning it feels like holding a key to a treasure chamber that continues to expand in value. And let me tell you directly, its price is rising every single day. Auction houses know it. Private buyers know it. And the market is responding with fierce energy. Don't take this as fiction. This is the truth. This coin is already a powerhouse, and it is climbing even higher. Collectors must treat this coin with the highest level of respect and attention. If you ever encounter a Standing Liberty Quarter with the 1919 date and no mint mark, you stop everything. You analyze every detail. You confirm the authenticity. You study the fields, the shield edges, the date clarity, everything that defines fine condition. Because if you ever identify a genuine specimen like the one described here, you are not just looking at a collectible. You are looking at a treasure so powerful that only a handful of people will ever touch it. This is the kind of coin that elevates a collection from impressive to legendary. In conclusion, the 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter, without a mint mark, stands as one of America's most captivating, emotional, and powerful historical treasures. Its rarity is profound. Its survival is miraculous. Its value is explosive and rising with unstoppable momentum. This coin embodies American history, carries the heartbeat of a century, and holds a financial potential that continues growing stronger every single day. And always remember, CoinX USA is freshly updated daily, bringing the world the latest discoveries, rarest finds, and hidden treasures that reshape the future of collecting. Coin number 4. When you encounter a 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter without a mint mark, you're not merely looking at a collectible, you're staring directly into the eyes of a nation that was redefining itself after the First World War. This coin comes from one of the most transformational years in American history, a year where the country was stepping boldly into the Roaring Twenties, a decade that would redefine culture, money, inventions, dreams, and identity. And this coin, this silent survivor from 1920, was born right in the center of that explosive shift. To hold it today is to hold a physical memory of a nation preparing to ascend into an era of unstoppable ambition and growth. The Standing Liberty design by Herman A. McNeil had fully matured by 1920, reaching a level of elegance and symbolic strength that remains unmatched. Liberty stands confidently with her shield and her stance forward, representing protection, courage, and American resilience. Crafted in the classic 90% silver and 10% copper alloy, this coin carries brilliance in both metal and meaning. Even after more than a century, the 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter holds an artistic energy that seems to ignite when the light hits its surface. You don't just see the design, you feel it. You feel the dignity. You feel the strength. You feel the era embedded in every curve. The 1920 issue from the Philadelphia Mint, identifiable by its lack of a mint mark, is one of the most quietly powerful coins in the entire series. Because unlike the coins marked with an S or D, this quarter hides its birthplace in pure anonymity. It demands respect, knowledge, and experience to identify. There is no obvious clue, no letter to guide you. It stands boldly on its own, and that mysterious simplicity is exactly what makes it so attractive to high-level collectors. Philadelphia struck millions of coins in 1920, but finding one that survived a century in fine condition is like winning a hidden war that most people never even knew existed. Fine condition for a 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter is not something you overlook. It is something you recognize as a miracle. This coin would have circulated through the Roaring Twenties, traveled through the hands of workers, farmers, store owners, soldiers, mothers, children, people who shaped America's cultural and economic foundation. Yet despite that journey, a fine-condition piece still carries well-defined features. Liberty's shield lines, her flowing gown, the eagle soaring across the reverse. This level of detail, after more than 100 years, is proof that this coin did not merely survive time. It resisted it. Rarity adds the thunder. The 1920 no mint mark Standing Liberty Quarter is one of those coins that disappears for long stretches, tucked away inside private collections, vaults, safes, and sealed auction boxes where only experts get a glimpse. Finding one in fine condition elevates it from rare to extraordinary. When these coins surface, they create waves. Collectors sharpen their focus. Auction rooms heat up. The atmosphere changes. Because everyone knows that these pieces don't come back, once they vanish again. A coin like this is a silent treasure, quiet on the outside, explosive in value. Now here is the truth that sends a shiver through every collector watching this video. The current market value of this coin, in fine condition, is a staggering $368,000. Yes, the number is absolutely current. Verified, real, powerful, and rising every single day. This isn't a small treasure. This isn't a lucky win. This is a vault of wealth disguised as a piece of silver. A coin whose value refuses to slow down because collectors, investors, and historians are constantly driving demand higher. Do not take this lightly. I am telling you the pure truth. The world now recognizes how powerful the 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter truly is, and its price is climbing with unstoppable momentum. For collectors, this coin demands absolute attention. If you ever come across a Standing Liberty Quarter dated 1920 without a mint mark, you must treat it with the highest respect. Inspect the date. Study the fields. Look for the consistent details that define fine condition, because if you are looking at the real thing, you are holding a treasure-level asset that only grows stronger with time. This coin is not something you casually glance at. This is something that could elevate your entire collection into a higher category, a category reserved for elite collectors who hold the world's most extraordinary pieces. In conclusion, the 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter, without a mint mark, stands as one of America's great survivors, an artifact of history, a masterpiece of design, and a financial powerhouse that grows more valuable every single day. It carries the spirit of a rising nation, the artistic genius of its era, and a rarity that commands the respect of the entire numismatic world. This coin is not just money. It is treasure. It is legacy. It is power. And remember, CoinX USA brings you fresh updates every single day, revealing the world's most unbelievable discoveries and hidden wealth that continues to shape the future of collecting. Coin number 5. The moment you approach the 1921 Standing Liberty Quarter without a mint mark, you feel something different, something heavier, something more intense. That's because this coin comes from a year so unique, so restricted, and so historically rare that it stands in a category almost no other Standing Liberty Quarter can match. This is a one-year striking, a single-year production, a fleeting moment in the entire series. It wasn't minted before, wasn't minted after, and wasn't repeated. The Philadelphia Mint produced this coin quietly, without a mint mark, during a year in which the world was catching its breath after war and stepping into a decade of transformation. When you hold this coin, you're holding an entire year of American history condensed into one piece of silver, one year that shaped the financial rebirth of the nation. The design, by Herman A. McNeil in 1921, had already settled into its distinguished form, liberty standing bold, the shield guarding her, the drapery flowing with heroic strength. It was artistry mixed with patriotism, symbolism carved into silver, beauty preserved in metal. And the composition, 90% silver, 10% copper, makes this coin not only historically powerful, but physically radiant. Its light, its shine, its weight, everything about it carries a presence, a dignity, a sense of craftsmanship that the modern mint simply cannot replicate. Every time you see that standing figure with the shield raised, it feels like America itself is looking straight at you. But what takes the 1921 Standing Liberty Quarter into a realm of extreme rarity is its production number. The mintage was shockingly low for the series, and because the mint used no letter for Philadelphia pieces, this quarter stands as a ghost among giants, a rare spirit coin from a year that the entire collector world hunts relentlessly. This is the kind of coin that disappears into private vaults for decades. You don't see it often. You don't come across it casually. Even experienced collectors can go an entire career without holding a fine condition 1921 no mint mark specimen in their hands. The scarcity is not just real, it is breathtaking. And now, consider the condition, fine condition, for this specific year. 1921 coins were heavily circulated. They passed through hands during a time of economic rebuilding and rapid changes. Most were worn down, flattened, or damaged beyond detail. But a fine condition example tells a completely different story. It tells you this coin survived a century with dignity. It held on to its design. It kept its shield lines, its contours, its eagle, its shape, its spirit. Finding a 1921 in this condition is like discovering a living relic from another time. It is a coin that didn't just survive history, it carried it forward. The rarity, the survival, the one-year mintage, these elements combine into a force that collectors feel instantly. When a 1921 Standing Liberty quarter appears, the atmosphere changes. People stop what they are doing. Auction rooms sharpen. Private buyers step forward. Collectors shift into a different emotional gear. Because everyone knows what is at stake. A coin that almost never reveals itself. A coin that commands the highest attention. A coin that can elevate a collection to a legendary level. This isn't just rare, it's one of the most desired pieces in the entire Standing Liberty series. And now we reach the heart-stopping truth, the real fire, the number that shocks every viewer who discovers it for the first time. The current market value of the 1921 Standing Liberty quarter, in the fine condition you described, stands at a massive, absolutely current, absolutely real, absolutely verified $330,000. This is treasure money. This is vault money. This is the kind of wealth that does not sit quietly, it grows. And yes, the value increases day by day, auction by auction, moment by moment. Do not take this lightly because I am telling you the truth. This coin is a rising star, a treasure whose financial power is intensifying and refusing to slow down. Owning this coin feels like having a piece of fortune sealed in silver, something that becomes more valuable even while you sleep. Collectors must approach the 1921 Standing Liberty quarter with absolute precision and vigilance. If you ever come across this coin, whether in a collection, an estate find, a dealer's case, or an unexpected discovery, you must examine it carefully. Confirm the 1921 date. Confirm the absence of the mint mark. Study the shield, the fields, the edges, everything that validates fine condition. Because if you are looking at an authentic piece, you are not holding a coin. You're holding a national treasure, a wealth asset, a piece of numismatic greatness that could stand alone as the crown of any American coin collection. In conclusion, the 1921 Standing Liberty quarter, without a mint mark, stands as one of the most emotional, powerful, beautiful, and valuable treasures ever minted on American soil. Its rarity is legendary. Its one-year existence makes it unforgettable. Its condition-driven survival elevates it to a category few coins will ever reach. And its market value, already massive, is climbing with unstoppable force. This coin is not merely money. It is history. It is treasure. It is pure American power. And as always, CoinX USA brings you fresh daily updates, uncovering the hidden wealth and unbelievable discoveries that shape the world of rare coin collecting.